Questioning Everything with Garrett and Adam.
The people who think that they're left now only think that they're leftist or rightist because of previous identifications to things. If they realized where the path was going, then they'd be like, oh, actually, I'm not about that. No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not into that. Yeah. Like, if it comes down to like, you're not opposed to gay marriage.
I'm not opposed to gay marriage.
And no, of course not. But like,
no, I know.
The people on the left
would think, obvious things.
You know, you think, well, I'm not opposed to gay marriage and I'm not opposed to abortion, so I must be a lefty. Right.
So why do we have to label it then? What are you, Adam, like deep down? Like, what do you
well, the labels,
what do you want to see?
The labels are all incredibly wrong. That's the problem.
Well, is
that they're mislabeled, because being left and right politically has nothing to do with any of this shit. Left and right politically has nothing to do with social issues. It's about how you manage. It's different approaches to government administration. It's different approaches to the relationship between the government and the people. And ultimately, we're all liberal. Conservatives are liberal and liberals are liberal. At least when you compare it to like monarchy or communism or fascism. Or, like, you know, like when it comes right down to it, democracy is
okay. So
perfect,
tell me what a Proud Boy is technically. Like, what are these Proud Boys all about?
The Proud Boys are like a pro men's movement. That,
so they're far left or they're far right, aren't they?
Well, they're perceived as far right by the left. As far as like, if you were to again sit in the center and try to figure out where everybody is, if you identify the far right as say more for about institutions, more about whereas you've got institutions versus people. Maybe you could get prisons or churches or governments, or it's just the idea that institutions should have more authority than people, or the idea that people should have more more authority than, you know. But again, when it comes right down to it, like the left ideology is used against people in order to convince them of socialism and communism, which are in fact kind of like righty principles, because they take away the people's ability to be the people that they are, right? It's like, you know, you no longer can criticize your government. You no longer can.
Well, that's bad.
Once you get into authoritarianism or totalitarianism, where, well, when you boil socialism down and when you boil communism down, what you end up with is like in modern day, in the future, we're aiming towards a technocracy as a model of communism.
What's that?
Where we don't vote for people.
This is the reset. Now we're moving into the reset idea.
Well, this is basically like it's similar to Chinese structure, right? Where you don't have democracy, you don't actually vote for people, and you don't have proportional representation or anything. Democracy's thrown out the window. Liberalism's thrown out the window, and instead, rather than being a nation of free individual people who then vote for their representation, the nation itself kind of takes on it grows the vertebrate. It grows it grows a spine and becomes the MO of the people, where so I'm doing a horrible job.
Artificial intelligence takes over, basically.
No, it's just the relationship between the government and the people. Most of us, and like the founders of both of our nations, U.S. and Canada, were more or less libertarian, where they wanted less government intercession. They wanted less, like at that point, the government was the British government. But both of our countries.
But the founding fathers, like their ideals were actually pretty good, weren't they?
They were great.
Yeah, America is like not even about its like.
And we've drifted to it right now, right?
Drifted to what? Drifted away from it.
Drifted away from it. That's very much an individualism, because they were trying to get away from collectivism. Now we're trying to go back to collectivism. But the weird part is that on the left, people are being influenced. Their perception is being kind of manipulated to accept social media for collectivism while believing that they're actually accepting individualism.
Advertisement loading.
Sorry to whoa, hold on. Sorry to interrupt, guys, but we got a quick announcement to make.
What's the announcement?
Well, what's Patreon, Adam? Do we have a Patreon now? Isn't that what you were saying?
Yeah, Patreon's a website that you go to and give people money for no real good reason.
Nennenswerte